just a small town tourist, and I am on my way to one of the coolest little towns in Arizona. It's called Tortilla Flat. Now, I am right in front of the famous Superstition Mountains. Now, that's to my left. To my right is Route 88, also known as the Apache Trail. And the Apache Trail is going to take us through Canyon Lake and right to Tortilla Flats. I am just about, I would say maybe 10-15 miles outside of Mesa, Arizona. So that puts us probably about 30 to 35 miles out of Phoenix. And we're on our way to Tortilla Flat. Population 6. Let's get rolling.
Pretty soon we're going to be getting up to what they call the Goldfield Ghost Town, and it's not that RV that was on the side of the road. That could be a ghost town. So behind me is Canyon Lake. It's one of the 4 Salt River lakes. We've got Roosevelt Lake, and then we have Apache Lake, Canyon Lake, and then Saguaro Lake. Canyon Lake is pretty big. Now to the left, it's actually going to wrap around that mountain back there, and it goes way, way back. So what you can see from the Apache Trail is just a very minute part of Canyon Lake. But they've got all kinds of things. There's a lot of boating, a lot of sea-doos and wave runners, that type of stuff. And they do have a cruise ship that they will take people out on a dinner cruise too. So it's very cool. And typically back in the very back part of the lake, you can actually see some bighorn sheep back there, bald eagles. There's a lot of nature back there, so it's really cool. So we're gonna get back in and we're gonna drive out to Tortilla Flat. So we'll be there in just a few minutes. So what's cool about this drive is that the Apache Trail runs right along Canyon Lake. So you get very up close and personal pictures, views, I guess I should say, up close and personal views of Canyon Lake, the campgrounds and the beaches. People come out here from all over the Phoenix Valley to come down here and have picnics and just hang out at the beach. All right, so I made it to Tortilla Flat,
It was an absolutely beautiful drive, as always. It's always a beautiful drive to Tortilla Flat up the Apache Trail. And I just got done talking to one of the maintenance men, and guess what? He and his wife, they actually reside right here in Tortilla Flat. He's one of 6 people that live here. So it is true, there are people that live here. If you go up the dirt road just after the little schoolhouse, which I'll show you in a bit, there's a dirt road that goes up and around, and the top level, the 3rd tier, is for residential parking. So I'm learning a lot. I came down, it happens to be a very slow day here at Tortilla Flat, not a lot of people. It's just under 100 degrees. So it is pretty warm. It's pretty humid. It is because it is during the storm season, so the humidity's up there too. So it's not the best day to be at Tortilla Flat, but it is a beautiful day. So we're gonna check out the gift shop that's here. We're gonna check out the restaurant and bar where the saddles are for the bar. I might even saddle up and get a sarsaparilla. And then we'll check out the little ice cream store and the schoolhouse. And then there is a river or a creek that actually runs just beyond the parking lot. So I'll show you that too. So we'll be right back. Behind me is actually a US Post Office here in Tortilla Flat, and it's also the gift shop. So we're gonna check in, we're gonna jump into the gift shop, we're gonna take a look around. They got some super nice stuff, and maybe the person working at the gift shop will wanna be on the YouTube channel. We'll see. We'll see if we can get an interview with them. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm just making a YouTube channel of Tortilla Flat.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're okay with being on, but if you want to just say hi.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Well, you mind if I take a look around?
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free.
All right, thanks, man. What's your name?
My name's Austin.
Austin? Nice to meet you, Austin.
Good to meet you, sir.
All right. So this is actually the post office, as well as the Tortilla Flat gift shop. So they have some really cool things here. And it's high quality stuff. It's not your typical tourist attraction junk, but over here they've got a ton of mugs for sale and t-shirts galore, tons of t-shirts, some hats. Maybe I'll get myself a hat so I don't have to wear this one that I'm wearing. Maybe I'll get a Tortilla Flat hat. Is your jewelry, is it locally made?
These are made by indigenous folks. We get them out of the Four Corners.
Oh, do you? At the Four Corners, okay.
Yep.
Okay,
All sterling silver, and then the stones are made in by the indigenous folks as well.
okay. Very cool. So the Four Corners is a pretty desolate place up in northeastern Arizona. And the corners are Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. And we got some nice pottery. Is the pottery, is that indigenous as well? Or?
It is, yes. We get it from the same suppliers.
Same suppliers, very cool. All right, well, thank you very much, Austin.
Of course, sir. You have a wonderful day.
Yeah, you do the same, buddy.
Drive safe out there.
Oh, I will. All right, so we're gonna head over to the restaurant now. All right, so this is like, I guess the landing or the porch of the Tortilla Flat restaurant. You can see, you can get your picture taken inside a couple toilet seats. It says do not hang on to. So there you go. They got a cigar room Indian, which is pretty cool outside. And another one on the other side. So we're gonna head into the restaurant and grab a sarsaparilla. Now, if you notice, all the walls here, every single square inch of these walls is covered in dollar bills. And those are very real dollar bills. And sometimes people will sign them so you know where they're from. This one is from Juan Rios, which is pretty cool. People from all over the world come here, and then they have the staff tack up a dollar bill that they sign and stick it to the walls. One time, this place actually burned down, and of course, all the dollar bills were burnt with it. So I'm gonna saddle up to the bar and grab a sarsaparilla. Oh. Hi. No, I'm just gonna grab a sarsaparilla. Awesome, thank you very much. Arizona's own sarsaparilla. Cheers.
All right, I didn't want to say it in there, but I'm a little disappointed they changed the sarsaparilla. This is actually the patio. It looks like it's under construction, but the patio on the weekends and when it's cooler weather, they actually have a live band that plays, a live country band, and they're really good. It's a lot of fun. And you can get most of the food that you can get on the inside. You can get on the patio, have a few beers, have a few sarsaparillas, whatever you're into, and just kind of kick back and listen to some good country music. So I noticed on top of the hill, there's the residence up there, which I didn't realize was there. I never noticed that before, but you can see it right above the air conditioner vent. That's a residence home up there. So that's where people in Tortilla Flat that live here, that's where they live. All right, so we're gonna make our way down to the country store, which is next. And then beyond that would be the schoolhouse. And then I'll walk down to where the river or the creek runs underneath the road. It's pretty cool. So they have a lot of gifts here. It's just like the gift shop, but they do have other kind of cool things like raspberry chipotle jelly. Come on, you can't beat that. How about some Desert Harvest mesquite honey, right? That's pretty slick. And what they're kind of famous for here is their prickly pear ice cream. And you can see they've got prickly pear cactus syrup as well. So very cool. But they've got hot sauce and they've got all kinds of things here. So they got ass kicking Cajun, ass kicking roasted garlic, original, etc. They got an actually can of whoop ass here, chipotle barbecue sauce, which is pretty cool. So they got a lot of cool things. And then they got some salsa. They got Stingin' Linger Salsa Company. They got black bean, medium, chili verde, ghost pepper. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that as much as I can. But what they're really known for is their fudge and their ice cream. All right, so now we're gonna head down to the schoolhouse. But this is the first Tortilla Flat accommodation school. It was established on this point back on September 23rd, 1932. It says that 14 students attended. Mrs. Spence Dingle was the first teacher. So it's kind of a museum now, and it's a tiny little schoolhouse. You can see that it's very small. But they've made a lot of improvements and they've added a lot of stuff. I haven't been here since they made these upgrades, but they've got all kinds of information on the Superstition Mountains and just a lot of history about the people that were here and different things that were found here. Look at this. The Hohokam people. They got that's obviously an Indian tribe from here, but they got a lot of information on the Hohokam Indians and the Apaches, all kinds of stuff. So they are definitely making a lot of improvements, but you can see the school. I'm sure it's not the original building, but it was on this site, but it kind of gives you an idea of the size of the school. It wasn't very big. It was pretty small. This is an area where people can sign in as guests if you choose. So now we're going to walk down to the bridge area that I was telling you about, and this is where, again, the creek will, if the water's running heavy, the creek will run over the road. But you can see, once I get closer, you can see the rocks and how smooth they are from all the water running over them all the time. But I've crossed this bridge many times where the water is running over it. It was about, I would say, I don't know, maybe 8 to 12 inches deep and running pretty fast. So you have to be really careful. If you follow the Apache Trail, and you continue heading out towards Roosevelt or towards Apache Lake, you'll see some of the most incredible views, desert views. And I just might, since we have the time, I just might take you up there so that you can see some of these views. This is just one of the many incredible views that you can see of the desert when you go beyond Tortilla Flat on the Apache Trail. I mean, this place is wide open. There's nobody here. Nothing but cactus and scrub brush and saguaros. It's just simply amazing. Now, I'm sure there's rattlesnakes out here too, and I really don't feel like walking into too far into the desert to find out, because I have seen a lot of rattlesnakes out here. I have seen, in fact, me and a friend of mine, we were out here not too long ago, maybe a couple years ago, and we were hiking back a little ways, and it was early. I would say it was probably March, April, end of March, early April, and we actually saw 2 diamondback rattlesnakes wrapped around each other mating. It was the craziest thing. It's not something you see every day, but if you come out here and you explore, you got to be very careful. I always recommend, if you want to come out here and do some exploring, do so in the winter months, maybe January and February, maybe December, just because it's cool and the rattlesnakes are hibernating. They're not going to come out. They're not going to bother you. But right now, there could be a rattlesnake within feet of me, and I wouldn't know unless it rattled. So, and they can get pretty big and they can get pretty vicious. One bite of a rattlesnake and you're probably going to be in intensive care for 2 or 3 days, getting the venom treatment and all that type of stuff. But this place is incredible. It's just beyond, maybe 4 or 5 miles, just beyond Tortilla Flat before you get to the dirt road. This is all concrete road here, so it's easy to drive out. It is windy and hilly, like I said, but the whole trip is. But you can go another mile or so and you're going to come to some dirt road just before Fish Creek Hill. And that's where the unfortunate occurrence happened, where a major storm system came through here and wiped out the dirt road going down Fish Creek Hill. It's one of the most spectacular views in all of Arizona. Unfortunately, the road is closed and you just can't get down it anymore, or I would have taken you there for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this trip. I hope you enjoyed Tortilla Flat. Again, population 6 people. And today was the first time I've ever been to Tortilla Flat and actually met a Tortilla Flat resident. How unbelievable is that? And I found out where the residence was. Unfortunately, he didn't want to be on video, and that's understandable. Not everybody does. And it was so slow today in Tortilla Flat. I've never seen it that slow before, so I wasn't able to talk to anyone and get anyone's perspective on Tortilla Flat. But I hope you saw enough. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments below. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe. This is a brand new channel, so please share these videos out and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps get my videos out there and will help me to continue to make these videos for you guys, so that you can get an idea of some of these small towns that are out there that maybe you heard of, maybe you never heard of, but you know about them now. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see you next time.
All